March 19th, 2014. These are Earth-facing images from the SDO. Well, you see that filament? That's at the top. That's the large sunspot that's on the Earth-facing side of the sun, guys. You can see that at sunset. It's that large. Now, nothing is triple configurated or set up for X flares, and there's a very little chance. We've had a few days of calm. We're starting to get an uptick on the flares on the X-ray flux. Not strong, but you can definitely tell when you got an uptick because it will start reading them. Now, we've seen a series of small flares that's keeping the pressure up. And I did the video yesterday about Cascadia, the north in the northwest there, guys. And one thing that you should realize between the last quake in the 1700s, and we talked about this, and you got to realize the population in a 1,000-kilometer strip, 800 miles down the west coast there, from British Columbia all the way down to California. That quake in 1700s moved from California, that 1,000 kilometers north, in 5 minutes. No warning time. A tsunami warning would not given you a lot of time. But someone should do this and do the math on this. Count the population of the cities within this area. Now, these are today's quakes. They're small. You see that? But it's just telling you there's still that little bit of bending pressure. Now, if these solar flares start acting back up, I would really pay attention to this because the scientists are starting to watch it. It's not just me, guys. You saw the reports in yesterday's video. Now, it's still dark there in Indonesia, and they had this 5.3. This could pick up because always the sun-facing side of the Earth it has the greatest risk of the influence of incoming solar winds, plasma density increase, anything like that. Now, again, look back at the 17th up into the 18th. It was calm. Now you're starting to see an uptick. We've been seeing this pattern repeat itself for the last month or so, ever since that big X flare. Now, this is a different satellite. It's also Earth-facing, the SOHO, and it starts back on the 15th. And you saw that we've had a couple strong coronal mass ejections when we had filament releases. These were not solar flares. It's a difference. They can be just as dangerous and just as deadly because of the density involved and the speed. But I'll come back on the 16th and show you the last major eruption that we had. And again, that's a good thing because we're under pressure. And right there, and that's a strong coronal mass ejection on the 16th. We started feeling the effects of it yesterday. But that's been the only major pressure point. Now, we've had some small flares that you saw on the X-ray flux chart, and they do add to that pressure. Now, last night, guys, there was a pulse on the sun. It was seen on all the SDO cameras there. Now, the satellites around Earth also picked up this spike, guys, and it was a blackout in the high-frequency radio band momentarily when that came through. Now, let's take a look at the two comets on Sagittae. Remember, on A, you're ahead of Earth. That's where the A comes from. It's they dropped this satellite off in Earth's orbit. It's there, and we're looking back. Now, the blue camera gives you a wide angle. It'll even pick up that left tip of the spacecraft wing. In each color, the gray cameras, the HMIs, the SREMs, give you different angles and different lens and different camera types. Now, this is the one, the smaller of the two, that's closest to Earth. Also, it's very dim. They're saying it's very old. It's not going to gas up. Also, this is a different camera, same satellite, guys. It's more focused to the sun, and you see Earth there. They're in geosynchronous orbit. And to the right is the asteroid that we've been watching come in from the bottom that's tumbling. Everything, there's nothing new coming in that's visible on these satellites. But last night we had 19 reports of a large fireball that was over Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania, and Ontario. Again, all were reported moving east to west. Then there were 5 reports over Colorado, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. There were 2 in the Los Angeles area. Now, the ones in LA were coming in from the northwest to the southeast. The ones over Colorado and Nebraska and Wyoming were following that blue line that you see coming in from the northeast also. Could have been, but they were 2 different directions. When you read the description, guys, They all say it's the largest they've ever seen, most amazing. And guys, you've seen the charts on the other videos that show the linear debris field and the passage of time as the Earth goes through that field. And we're already within that point. Now, we're not in the thickest that we're going to see in May. But these large fireballs and all, we've been told that there were going to be meteor storms and meteor showers. But also, starting Friday, we're going to go through the Zeta Serpentids. So you're going to start seeing some influx from that. But guys, these fireballs are not normal. Now, we've had no impact reports, but there were 5 reports of the one in the northeast of fragmentation, multiple fragmentation. And they're saying different colors, very bright, larger than any they've ever seen. So this is a heads up, guys. We're watching it. I'm going to do an update this evening. Be safe.